Hi, everyone. My name is Caroline Caselli. I'm the founder and CEO of Haven Connect. Back in 2015, I changed California state policy to allow e-signatures on affordable housing applications, which is kind of where I dipped my toe into the affordable housing world. Prior to that, I was a social worker for 4 years. I was working in San Francisco in the Mission, helping homeless families find and apply to affordable housing. So that's a little bit about me. I'm going to take this time to talk about how COVID has shifted the industry and shifted technology. Obviously, as COVID has changed a lot in the industry, we've seen previously unmovable government agencies finally adopt e-signatures and e-storage. It's all been super exciting. And, in the midst of all of the doom and gloom that's been happening, it really does present this kind of unique opportunity for you to increase your net operating income and increase efficiency by becoming more efficient. So I've got 4 tips for you to help stay ahead of the curve and stay lean throughout COVID. I'm going to talk about 4 key takeaways. The first is going mobile first. This is super important, making sure that you're building for cell phones first. I'll talk about how that will help increase your NOI. Fill your vacancies faster with texting, making document collection easy, and putting your oversight on autopilot. And if you think that sounds impossible, I promise you it's not. We'll start with going mobile first. And I'm going to start off with some statistics because oftentimes there's a perception that low-income folks don't have internet access. And while there is a digital divide, you'll see that a whopping 71% of households who make under $30,000 have a smartphone. And if you think it's only the younger generation that has a smartphone, check out the whopping 79% of seniors under the age of 64 with a smartphone. Even if folks don't have a smartphone, they do tend to have a cell phone. So 91% of seniors have a cell phone, and that makes a huge difference when you're trying to send them text messages. So we'll talk a little bit more about that in a second, but first I want to talk about why this matters for you. So why go mobile first? What's the point? Essentially, people won't fill out housing applications if it's not functional on a cell phone. So the easier it is for applicants to use, the fewer paper applications you'll get, and the fewer attempts you'll have to pay to do data entry. Sort of simultaneously, if you're doing your waitlist update and you're bringing that online, if you have a mobile first strategy, you're essentially enabling applicants to do the work for you. So good user experience equals better net operating income, because if you can get 71% of applicants to update your household information for you, that's a major win. This is particularly important in COVID. So with social distancing, obviously people are not leaving the house as much, and it's harder to apply for affordable housing in person. So you really want to work to reduce the friction, and making it easier for applicants to apply means that you're increasing the number of qualified applicants you can get in the door. Next, I'm going to do a quick poll. What percentage of people open text messages within the first 3 minutes? 90% of people open text messages within the first 3 minutes. Guess how many people open text messages within the first 20 minutes? Go ahead and hazard a guess in the chat if you're keen. 99%. Boom, Janelle, you got it. 99% of text messages are opened within the first 20 minutes. When you think about this, using text messages can help you fill your vacancies faster. I don't know about you guys, but I certainly do not run to my mailbox within the first 20 minutes of getting a letter the way that I would open a text message within the first 20 minutes. So it's really important to increase that type of communication. When you're contacting your wait list, we see that your phone will blow up, essentially, if you send 5 texts about a vacancy rather than calling the top 25 applicants. Usually people are at work, people do not like to pick up from unknown numbers, and so if you're calling from an unknown number, you're going to go straight to voicemail, and they may not check that voicemail for a couple of hours before they get back to you. Whereas with a text message, usually when folks are seeing that it's from an affordable housing provider, they're like, oh man, better get on the ball here and actually go immediately to call you back. So we've seen that this is a major factor in terms of filling your vacancies faster because you're just increasing the communication efficiency. So it's not just about making it easier, faster to communicate, it's also about making document collection easy. Everybody knows that the hardest part is getting income and asset documents from applicants. People don't own printers anymore. This is not a thing that is coming back ever. So it is unreasonable to request paper copies of documents, especially during COVID. Making sure that you have a digital first strategy for documents is really important, because if you're able to collect documents instantly or in a matter of days, that's going to help you fill your vacancies faster and improve your net operating income at the property. And it's also going to make your staff a lot happier. So you get the added benefit of increased staff satisfaction as well. Another way to automate your oversight is by automating your waitlist updates. Essentially, waitlist updates usually take around 60 hours per property. And I'm a big believer that humans are not meant for administrative drudgery. Humans do not like updating addresses in their property management system or taking notes or making cold calls. And so COVID really does present this unique opportunity to automate some of the drudgery away, and property managers can do more work with less, while you guys can feel confident that your waitlist purges are happening regularly and automatically, and that you're actually going to be able to fill your vacancies faster. As you're doing that and that process automation, it helps increase your peace of mind, which is obviously helpful, especially in a pandemic. So I know we've covered a lot in a short amount of time. I would encourage you to really just take advantage of these changes in the government processes so you can become more lean and improve and streamline your flow while making it easier for applicants to actually get into your properties. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Would love to chat with you. And last but certainly not least, thank you so much to NAHMA for having me and including me on this panel.